Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Okay, so I'm sure, like most of you, I watched the Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte Part 2 press conference. And it was very interesting. There were some comical moments as well. Of course, I'm enjoying winding up some of the absolute haters in the live stream over on the Matchroom channel. While that was going live, of course, there was multiple live platforms showing this one. Plenty of people in the comment section getting all upset, saying, this is a garbage fight, this is trash, Anthony Joshua's washed, Dillian Whyte's Josh, Tyson Fury's #1. But yet, here they all are, like peeping Toms in the bushes, watching. Unbelievable. I guess I say those. Now, as far as the press conference is concerned, listen, it was very interesting. Dillian Whyte, rather than go at Anthony Joshua, went at Eddie Hearn, and he told Eddie Hearn a couple of home truths, which is, firstly, how does Joshua's balls toast? That would be the first one, but of course it was a very good reply from Eddie Hearn when he says, well, maybe you'll find out on August the 12th. In other words, he'll drop him to his knees. Okay, that's a pretty good one. But of course he's mentioning how Eddie Hearn, he went over to America, went to see Anthony Joshua and what have you, and didn't bother to go see him. But this is like I've said on quite a few occasions, Anthony Joshua is Eddie Hearn's golden ticket. He is. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's always been that way. Dillian Whyte has always been the backup. He always has been. And when it comes to this particular fight, Eddie Hearn would love nothing more than Anthony Joshua to go in there and smash up Dillian Whyte and brutally knock him out. Eddie Hearn would love nothing more than that. Bearing in mind the history of Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte, they've worked well together, of course, but Eddie Hearn never once delivered Dillian Whyte a world title shot. He didn't. He took him down routes that he should never have taken him down, such as a Derek Chisora rematch instead of going fight Don in Brazil. I've done the interviews with Eddie Hearn around that occasion, around those times. But ultimately, Dillian, he's always shown loyalty. He has. Eddie Hearn gave him the platform of Sky Sports at the time and all that kind of thing, and Dillian Whyte just wants to be loyal. But Eddie Hearn doesn't have too much loyalty when it comes to Dillian Whyte, it appears. It doesn't. Even in like this whole build-up towards this particular fight. I mean, you've got people asking Eddie Hearn who it is that Dillian Whyte's going to fight, who's going to fight next, and all that kind of thing. And he said, well, I don't know, maybe a Derek Chisora 3 fight. When you've got all these other fighters out there that Dillian Whyte could fight, and you're bringing up a third fight with Derek Chisora, because Eddie Hearn is just thinking about money. He's not thinking about getting Dillian Whyte into a position. He never did. Let's be real about it. He never did. It was always about, let's make some money on Dillian Whyte. It was. That's why that Dillian Whyte was guided wrong, in my opinion. Guided right as far as finances are concerned, of course, but as far as opportunities and career-wise, not too good, in my opinion. But even this one, it is a case of Eddie Hearn promised Dillian Whyte this particular fight. If he beat Jermaine Franklin. He beat Jermaine Franklin, and Jermaine Franklin got the fight. Very, very disrespectful from Eddie Hearn when it comes to Dillian Whyte. You see, this is why I will say, if you're a professional boxer, you think a promoter's your friend. They ain't your friend. They ain't your friend. They'll be nice with you. They'll be cordial to you. They'll even return your calls while you're putting money in their pocket. As soon as you're not, that's it. See you later. That's how it is. But anyway, I mean, the press conference, anyway, I've diverted a little bit there. The press conference was interesting. It was. Anthony Joshua wasn't slating Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte wasn't slating Anthony Joshua. They didn't have any kind of in-your-face, pushing each other shenanigans or any kind of bad trash talk or anything. Dillian Whyte said, listen, man, you know what? We are rivals, but you're not my enemy. I don't dislike you. And Anthony Joshua was saying that, you know what? I don't see Dillian Whyte as a rival. It's not like that. He's another fighter that we're going to fight. So, of course, the build-up is totally different to how the first fight was, when it was bad blood, as it was billed then. Now it's a history of violence. And that's how it was. You know, every time that them two have shared the ring together, once as amateur, once as pro, Dillian beat Anthony Joshua on Dillian Whyte's amateur debut, where he dropped Anthony Joshua, then of course beat him on points. And in the pro game, obviously, Anthony Joshua stopped Dillian Whyte. So there has been a history of violence, and I think it's correctly billed. It is. This one's going to be very, very violent. And if Joshua... Well, let me put it this way. Those who say Joshua's washed, he's gun shy and all that kind of stuff, well, this is the fight that you're really going to see Anthony Joshua. People who say Dillian Whyte is washed and whatever else, well, you're really going to see in this fight. Both of them are going to go for each other. I'm not saying they're going to go each other from the first bell. I mean, they may well do. But at some point in this fight, them two are going to start lumping each other. They're going to go lumping each other. It's going to be toe-to-toe stuff. And whoever lands the big shot first is likely to win. It really is. It really is. Listen, I'm team Dillian Whyte, of course. I always have been. Because obviously he's been the one who helped me with my platform since its inception, really. With AJ, his team keeps stopping me from interviewing him for some reason. Don't know why. I've never said not one bad word about him. But, hey, it is what it is. But listen, I like Anthony Joshua, and I'm not going to be ecstatic with the fact that Anthony Joshua would lose this fight. If he was to lose this fight, I wouldn't be ecstatic because at the end of the day, I want to see Anthony Joshua do well. I never want to see Anthony Joshua lose. Of course not. I want to see Joshua go on and fight a Deontay Wilder. I want to see him fight a Tyson Fury and all these kind of ones. But equally, of course, I want to see Dillian Whyte get his flowers and he fight a Deontay Wilder and whatever himself. So it is a tough one. It is a tough one. But you know what? Many people say what they say about this fight. But you watch and you're going to watch. You are. So anyway, good press conference. Very interesting. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next video.